When Tidewater Telecom built Lincoln County's first fiber-to-the-home network in 2011, we knew we were starting a project that would take years to see through. 9 years later, we are proud to have connected more than 2,000 Lincoln County homes to our blazing fast open fiber network. But that hasn't dimmed our vision to connect all of Lincoln County. Learn more about the power of fiber optic internet at tidewater.net.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.
One, two, three, four! Well, I've been rolling in since the clock came Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm bound to blow. Breeze walking to the honky-tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the shops and it's away we go.
Hey everybody, it's Wuzzup time again. I'm Larry Sidelinger, and today my special co-host is Sal the Gal Farrell from the Central Lincoln County YMCA,
You got that.
who was sitting in my seat here a week or so ago while I had this hand operated on it. So we're going to get the stitches out next week, so she's going to be back sitting here next week. So before we get into the snooze news, tell us what's going on at the YMCA. What you been doing, Sal? And thank you for sitting in.
No, I always love being here. I thought that was my seat, though, so I was confused when I had to sit over here.
No. You got Bobby's seat
I
this
guess
week.
so.
Bobby is down at the Frozen Four. He's down to Tampa. Yeah, he's in Tampa.
Yes.
He's in Tampa, Florida. He's rooting on BU, I think it is.
Yeah, he likes
the other hockey
Northeast.
gal.
Yep. My husband went to Michigan, though, so I have to cheer for Michigan. But yeah, it's so exciting when you get down. The level of hockey is just absolutely incredible and fun
Bob,
to watch.
30 years he's been going. He hasn't missed one in 30 years.
That's amazing. That's really neat.
When he brought his hat in last week, with all the pins and whatnot.
It's in here.
It's in. Oh yeah, it's made the front page or whatever. Some page in the newspaper. Yeah. So what's going on at the Y?
So we have Healthy Kids Day, which is coming up.
That's exciting.
April 29th, right? So last year we started, revitalized this event. We have so many vendors coming in just to support healthy activities for children. You help us get so many, like touch-it trucks. We have emergency vehicles coming in. We have the Bristol Air Devils who are doing a performance. They do all the jump rope tricks, and just so many people here. And all they're doing is supporting free, healthy activities for families. So
we got race cars coming too.
Yes,
Remember last year
we do. That was fun.
That was cool stuff, and I think we got at least one and maybe two this year.
Yes.
I was talking to Ken Minot over at Wisconsin Speedway there, and he told me that I think he's got two coming this year. So that's going to be fun stuff.
Yep, we'll have Jason Warlick there. Last year we had him. We have a funny story. We had a bingo card
with his magic pencils.
He had his magic pencils, and he was so excited at the end because of all the kids he interacted with. He said every kid came up to me and fist bumped me. He was so happy he didn't realize it was on the bingo card. But it was a great way, for just.
Now, you don't want to tell Jason too much,
Exactly, keep him at an arm's distance. But so we're so excited. That's Saturday, April 29th, 9 to 12. Everything's free. Bring families, and it's going to be an amazing event.
We were down there with the cameras.
Yes, we are. And we're going to do that again.
We're going to do that again, and we had a lot of fun with that. So
we always have fun.
Yeah, that was a lot. We need a little warmer day, though. That was a little cold out there that day. They got me on that bicycle thing grinding.
Yeah, so you could make some smoothies. We can do that again.
I don't know how people get me to do these stupid things, but they do. Maybe I'm just too dumb to say no. I don't know what it is.
Keeps it fun. It's because you're still a kid.
So what else is going on? You got a big spring thing coming up all fall. You just had the job fair at Lincoln Academy.
We were showing at the job fair, which there were 26 local businesses showing, for getting kids for working our summer camps and our after-school program, but then also showing what the Y can be for a whole career. So that was exciting. We have our new program guide out, which we're starting. You can start. We have a new program session with boxing's been super new and exciting and fresh for people. We have we have a collaboration with Audubon Society with active older adults, and just a lot of fun things happening for, to close out kind of the school year. This is our last one before summer starts, and of course.
And you're gonna do a little show about this Healthy Kids with your sponsors that you've got coming up next week. We're gonna film it next week.
We're gonna film it next week with some of our great sponsors, and then we'll be at the event, and then we're gonna have the people from LA here looking at both of us, Larry.
We have that. that's going to be fun. Let's talk a little bit about that before we get into this. We can talk about Lincoln News all the time, but I haven't seen you forever, so we're catching up a little bit. So we've got. Tell us about this production company from California that's coming to.
The real Hollywood. Sorry.
The real Hollywood is going to come to see the big time Hollywood
to see how
on
it's done.
Sheepskin Road.
Right.
Tell us what that's all going to be.
So we were contacted. The Y was contacted by Meridian Arc, which is a production company out in Los Angeles, and they were asking about the work we had done with vaccines. We collaborated with you, right? And back during COVID, the Y received a grant, and a lot of it was to get, to get education in the community about immunizations at the time, especially COVID vaccinations. And you helped us, and we put on some shows we had some youth in our shows, we had families, and we had Roman Menk sponsored. He came and talked to us about, the passing of his wife and how tragic and just, what a turn COVID has taken in so many lives in our area. And they were really captivated by Roman's story, this Meridian Arc. Like, you remember just how raw it was. And
how could you not be captivated? Absolutely. Of all the stories we've done here over the last 3.5 years since I've been here at LCTV, that one to me was the most captivating, the most gut-wrenching, the most emotional. It just the whole scope of emotions, and what a tragic story.
Absolutely.
But one that needed to be told, and told in reality. I mean, Roman he's just a simple guy, down to earth, hardworking clam digger, lives off the land, and just to step up. I mean, he wasn't real smooth little just telling it in his own words, and hats off to you, Sally, because you made it all happen. We just ran the cameras, but I was afraid when I heard and finally getting to the news front page of Dale Boynton over in Waldeboro, and so many people thought it might have been Roman. They probably were friends, about the same age and whatnot.
They were.
Actually, it was such tragedy. Dale went to school with my daughter. I think he was in her class.
Okay.
And it's just a tragic thing. So we got to talk about the news. Sally, what did you find in the news this week?
I was excited to see that Terry Harold was a character of the county, because she's just done so many great things in the community. Through the Y, I've actually gotten to know her. She, with
she's
her children.
She's secretary of the board of the chamber.
Yeah, she's awesome. So it's just great to, that everyone gets to know her, and, what the giving heart she has and what she does in our community.
And that tragic loss of Dale Boynton over there, and those guys coming in. I just see it. I was actually in Bremen at the same time that was happening, and the wind was howling that day coming up the river. I was like, man, this wouldn't be a good day to be on the water, and sure enough, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So. But I think the big news for me was there's something at Big Al's.
Yeah.
The sweet shop over there, I haven't been over yet, but I'm a big candy guy. I got to go over and find me a piece of something over there,
I've heard more people say they were there and then left because
Too many people.
The line was like an hour just to check out. So hopefully it levels out before summer starts.
Yeah, it will.
Definitely.
Yeah, us locals, we'll figure out when the time to go is
right.
And whatnot. And the second biggest news, and I thought there was three things, of course, the tragic loss, but the sweet shop was a big news. The $1.5 million error. That's some accounting error right there.
That is.
But really, how can you beat a ham and bean supper up all in the fire station?
There you go.
If that's, and it was a record setter.
That's amazing.
Now that's something when you get a record setter for a bean supper. Now that really is. I mean, that's right out there, Sal.
It shows that people want to be back together again.
It does.
So that's great.
It does. What was your take on that? Lincoln County schools, they're going to get quite a lot of money.
They are going to get quite a bit of money, and it's, I'm just glad they were able to find the error and how that can support
I wonder where that money would have gone if they hadn't found the error, Sal.
That's a great question. That's a great question. But yeah, some of these schools are going to be impacted quite a bit. You know, look at Jefferson, $125,000. Maybe that can help them offset this year's tax base.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
$140,000 at Great Salt Bay.
Right. Yeah, which is separate than the Damerscott Newcastle, which goes to the secondary education budget.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Amazing.
And Abden Simmons, he got the call over there to Waldeboro, which I kind of thought he probably would. And for those of you that can, we will have Wendy and Abden in the studio early in May. They're going to come in and talk to us all about their thoughts of running the government up there in Augusta. So that's page one, all done. picture. Who won the picture on the front? Oh, Shanna Yaw.
Yep, Shanna did that. She works at Lincoln Home, so you'll often see on her Facebook, she just captures the most beautiful pictures of the river, and look at the colors there. It's amazing.
That one was done this winter sometime. I don't know when, because that's snow on the ground and sea smoke coming up off of it.
Yeah.
All right, page 2.
I see a face I recognize right here. There's Casey.
I was going to say, you know that gal,
right?
don't you? Huh?
Yeah, with the Rotary, who are always so great in supporting so many of our
who was the
different
Rotary
initiatives.
guy? I didn't say who the Rotary guy was.
Bill Vaughn.
Who is it?
Bill Vaughn.
Bill Vaughn. Okay,
Yeah,
I
he's
just don't know
amazing.
him.
Yeah, he's great.
But I had to laugh at that picture down on the Mills construction. And wait till I see Seth Hager, who's on our board. I'm going to say, look, Seth, you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and they're all doing construction stuff, standing around watching.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Yeah. If your old alma mater there, Noble School, they're all down there swimming.
Yeah, I actually didn't go there. I taught there for a year.
But you taught there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did teach there a year. And that's when I first met Roman Mank. He was a 7th grader, and I was 22, I think.
How?
22. It was my first teaching job.
That was like last year?
Exactly. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to chalk those brownie points out.
I like it.
But us guys, we can add all these brownie points up, and it only takes one word.
And then they're gone.
They're gone. One false move, and it's like thin ice. The chats with champions, chats with Calvin are going to be up to the Historical Society.
Yeah, has a lot to tell.
Yeah, we got one of those we're going to film down at the Coastal Rivers here at the end of May. Or in April. I'm not sure exactly when it is, but what else we got in here, Sal?
Oh, egg hunts. Looks like there's one in Wiscasset coming up on Saturday at 10 a.m. at the rec center. And look at more on the new candy shop with a bunch of smiling kids.
Sure is. Kid's got a missing tooth there, and he's got a handful of candy. That doesn't look too good.
The dentist will love that.
Yeah. Who's that gal that got some kind of from the resource officer? Oh, some kid there. What was her name?
I'm looking. I don't. Oh, it says Sarah Bella Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
5th grader. Yeah, that's nice.
Good for her.
Absolutely.
We're on page 4 or 5. Seth Hall. That was a nice story about Seth. He's quite an accomplished guy over there. He's a pretty left-leaning guy, but I mean, he's done a lot for the town. And
reading his history, and that was pretty neat.
And for a guy who quit school, he's done pretty good for himself.
I would say so.
Yeah,
he figured it out.
Done pretty good for himself.
Yep.
Did you know the Easter Bunny is coming to Waldeboro?
I see that right here. And Sparky.
Yeah.
April 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday's going to be a busy day for families.
I think it would be a good idea to get one of them guys to come to the children's thing there, the Healthy Kids Day.
I think we have Reddy Fox coming from the Lincoln County Communications 911.
Really?
I think Reddy Fox will be
Fox.
here. Yeah.
Huh. I got a fox trap. Maybe I'll check that day. Yeah. South Bristol, they're going to do some long-range planning for their schools down there.
That's great. That's a good plan because,
I think they probably need it for the town politics, too.
Perhaps. But it's great for the schools, too, because, the number with the families, who's coming into the different grades, they really have to plan for that. And, they really want to keep their own.
Did you read that Nobleboro plowing thing there? And I was interested. There was about manpower. One of the stipulations is you had to have manpower.
And the fuel.
Yeah.
And the fuel cost, yeah.
$6 a gallon, which we would have laughed at years ago, is all within the realm.
Absolutely. And just thinking of, the staffing shortage all around, that manpower is.
Yeah. Well, last time when they awarded that snow plowing contract, the guy that got it didn't even have a plow truck at the time. And there was a lot of questions asked, and he's done a pretty good job.
Good, yeah, he was able to figure it out.
He was able to figure it out, but if I was the competition, I'd been a little upset.
Right. I'm ready to go. I have all my equipment ready.
Exactly. Yeah. So. What else? Jefferson School, they're going to review increasing student needs. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now, whose face is that on Glenn's picture?
I don't know.
Is that Mrs. Chadbon?
I'm not sure.
Huh? I'm not sure either. Yeah, and I see the letters to the editor. They're cutting their words now down to 500. I haven't written much for the paper here lately, Sal. Because if I got to say takes more than 500 words.
Absolutely, you always.
and they
edit you.
They edit the heck out of me, and still it's over 500 words. So yeah, shoot. Lydia's introducing bills, and all the politicians are doing their job.
Yep, the Y was up at the State House with Lydia yesterday for, the Week of the Child this week. So we were celebrating
You
children.
were up there?
I wasn't, but our child care director, Meredith, was up there with Casey.
Yeah,
so they
Casey
were
was
both
up there
there.
too?
I went last year, so I was giving Meredith a chance to see what it's all about. Pretty fun.
Cool. Yeah. Do you get a chance to speak to anybody up there when you're up there?
Yeah, and they let you sit in the chairs and try it. They let you talk about what your program is trying to accomplish. Yeah, they do a nice job with it.
Governor said in, does she?
Yeah, she did. I don't know if she did yesterday, but last year when I was there, she
Well, she knew you was going to be there.
I'm not sure that's
sure
the way
that
it
was
went,
the
but
case.
yeah.
I'm sure that was the case. Lions Club, they're going to do that Walter Gallant walk again. Have you ever done that?
No, I haven't.
Walter, they walk around town, raise money and whatnot there for diabetes.
Yep.
Walt was my godfather.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. You remember? You probably
I
met,
don't.
You don't? Glance Well Drilling?
Okay,
the
makes
previous owner or
Yep.
the people that started? Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. And St. Philip's up there, they're pretty excited about their strawberry festival.
I know. It will
Here
be
it is,
soon
just barely
enough.
April. They're already talking about
They're
strawberries.
into end of June.
Yeah.
Oh, it was exciting to see this, the evening with Paul Doiron and Kristen Lindquist. He's a Maine author. My son had to do an author study as a senior at Lincoln, and he did it on him. So I read some of his books, and it was just kind of neat to see that.
I've never read his books, and I probably is he a mystery writer? Or?
He writes about different. It's kind of like watching Maine law. But a book of it, and what's happening, and out, he's like a ranger and does different things,
okay.
and then there's usually a mystery with it that's solved, and it's an easy read and entertaining, so that was pretty neat to see.
This spring we're going to have Bill Anthony in here who wrote Fonzie. Have you read the Fonzie book? Oh my God, that's a mystery about Damascotta.
Excellent.
And it's got some local characters involved in it, and the soda fountain at Waltz's Fountain.
Perfect.
So Fonzie,
Great.
That's a pretty good book
Good to
too.
know.
And then this Chats with Champions, we're going to film him next week.
Okay.
Down at the library. Artificial intelligence. I think
impressive.
I need some of that. Well, I'd take the real stuff. I don't need anything artificial. I'd take some real stuff if it was up to me. They're going to have a pet food fundraiser in Whitefield.
Well, they collected like 349 things. That's how their principal was able to be untaped from the wall.
Oh. If that had been allowed when I was a kid, that principal would probably still be taped there.
No one would have brought anything to get him down.
I'm pretty sure when Mr. Dexter first came to Lincoln Academy, he'd probably still been there, some of the wild men he had up there. Thankfully, we've all calmed down. Some of us aren't even here anymore, but, Yeah. And John Neese died. Did you know John Neese?
No.
Yeah. I remember when he first came around here, he was a big strapping guy, he played semi-pro football.
Oh, wow.
And he did some refereeing and whatnot. He was involved selling gift cards and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What else we got in? Nate Schrott.
Yes.
Nate's mom died.
Yep,
She
I
passed
saw that.
away.
Yep.
Condolences to the Schrott family. The great oyster shell heaps of Damascotta, Newcastle. George Dow.
It's pretty neat how they said there's 3 different levels to them.
When I was a kid, you could see them, where the bridge is now. There was no bridge there. And you could see the oyster shell heaps there.
Pretty neat.
When I was a kid, like decades ago.
Yeah.
much unlike you, Sal. I show my age.
Stop it.
Oh.
Yeah, but look how tall that is. That's pretty cool to see that.
And they've all grown in trees and stuff over there now. I think somebody ought to go up and cut the trees down.
And did you see the continuation from the first page is that the Lions Club in Bristol is no longer going to be, they're disbanding, and the Willing Workers Hall is going to the town of Bristol.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that's continued on this page here. So, the size of the membership has not been able to sustain over the years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're going to do with that hall.
It's going to the town, so.
But what would the town do with it? Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, moving right along, we got to get back to the sports page here. And there's not much going on in sports this week.
We're kind of just between seasons. But, of course, as you said, here's Bobby in that hat you were telling us about. That's pretty cool.
30 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he said that hat's about $150,000.
I bet. I bet when you look at it
all those
that way.
Frozen Fours.
And then all the different pucks he has at the Damascotta River Grill. We've given him 3 over the years, so I have another one for him.
You do? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When my daughter played in nationals this year, we were able to get one.
Score a pin?
No,
a puck?
a puck.
You got a puck?
Maybe. Depends who's asking.
You know, if you want to see a great hockey puck collection, I just got down to the pub, the River Grill on Thursday night.
Yep.
Bobby will be down there with his pucks.
Except tonight, because he's in Tampa.
Except tonight, he's not there. He'll be back next week.
He will. It's pretty cool to see that Lincoln Academy track, 95 participants.
Yeah, both Lincoln and Madomica got huge numbers for track this year.
They're saying that's 1/5 of the student body at Lincoln.
What is?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, they got
So
500
cool.
and some odd kids there.
Yeah. So great to see the participation, because that's something that the past few years has been kind of tough. And
I remember
know
as a kid when I was there, Andy Williamson was a coach.
Yep.
And gee, the track, both boys and girls, was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when that track was probably built, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Makes
built
sense.
just when they built the gym there in 1965, 66.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that at the time was one of the best tracks around.
Right.
And now it's not even a
I
track.
think they're due for an upgrade.
Well, don't they have the track now down around the artificial turf?
No, there's no track around that.
Oh, there isn't? Mm-mm. Oh, huh. I thought there was a track down there.
Nope.
Shows how much I pay attention. Yeah.
Yep, we're still in the time of travel basketball for kids and all their different tournaments. That's always fun.
Yeah, you had a big tournament at the rec here.
We had 2. We had a 5-6 tournament and a 3-4 tournament.
Fun watching them little kids down
It
there.
is so fun.
It is hilarious.
And then, keep watching them as they grow up. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Legacy Business in Edgecombe. Yeah, see, they got some cups there. Joe Lugosh and what was it?
Rylan Oakey.
Riley Oakey, you know her?
Rylan Oakey, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
So
Does she own Sheepscot River?
Now she does. Her parents did before, and her mom, Karen Oakey's been running it now for years. And now they're trying to figure out how to collaborate, since they're located close to one another, and it's hard to get people to stop. I think driving south on Route 1 in Edgecombe, because half the time you're in a line of traffic.
I was saying, you got how to get them stopped. They're already stopped. You just how to get them to make a right-hand turn.
Right. So they're trying to figure out how to work together, since they're both in this, taking over these businesses that have been, staples in our community.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Gee, that was quite a pitch there. John Derrick got there. That change in weather down there.
I know, and you can actually see the storm.
You can see the rain spout there, can't you?
With the sun right next to it.
Yeah. And look at the ham and bean supper. Man. Mike Traxey. And our friend Marva, you know Marva.
Yes, I do.
She got top dollar on the prize on the pie.
Of course. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And she's, not that she's competitive or anything, but she was bound determined she was going to get.
She was going to
get the first page. Well, there's section 1, folks. And I can tell you right now, there's nothing in section 2. Except, more of the same.
More people taped to the wall, right?
More people taped to the wall.
And this one girl got to tape her mother's mouth shut.
And Bernie, he got founder of the Bernie Delisle down at the Peace Gallery. He got a chance to hang with the governor a little bit there.
Have breakfast for the Travis Mills Foundation, which is amazing.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Yep. Oh, and then did you know Maya Crosby when she lived here? Her kids, she had kids my kid's age, so I knew her, but she's returning to LA, and it's just, I think she's going to, just even take that ATEX
Is she
to
going
the
to
next
run
level.
down, I was going to say, she's going to work down that Apex building down below there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
She had run that
they
before
had a
and went
director
away.
of that?
I believe there's been someone else going, but now she's returning, so that's exciting.
And we want to promote the big bake sale down at Main Street Grocery for the Chamber fundraiser. Yep. So that is this Saturday, 10 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 10 to 1, or until everybody sells out. So that's good. We've got veggies to table, chamber chat. That was just held a little while ago. Coastal Rivers, they got the business after hours next Wednesday afternoon.
See you there.
You gonna be there?
Sure.
Why not? Free food.
And did you see the weather next Wednesday?
It's supposed to be beautiful.
Amazing, right?
It's supposed to be beautiful.
And then here's the LA Students of the Month. That's nice that all
You know those kids?
I don't know any of them.
Jeez.
I met so many kids yesterday. It was kind of neat to feel connected to them.
What else we got here, Sal?
All the different Easter services.
Yeah.
And then back before,
I was thinking of getting up and going to that sunrise service.
Yep.
But
You're probably
the
already
sun's
awake.
going to have to come up that day about 7:30.
That's when you get up, 7:30.
Well, Sunday morning, no, I usually don't sleep that late. But I'm not interested on Sunday getting up that early.
Fair enough.
What else have we got here? Maine Art Gallery. That's what we need. A robust class. These are the classes. Yeah. Novel jazz swings into the Skadumpha. Well, that's going to be April 21st on Friday.
It's always amazing how many things we get in the visual and performing arts. The library in South Bristol looks like they're expanding services. And
We had this gal, this Sunflower Dream Promotions there, Lana Allen, and
Yep.
and we had her in the studio here. She's got a pretty interesting business model of helping people put events on and stuff. So I think they'll probably do okay over there.
that's great. Yeah, it'd be
Over
great to
there,
have
the
something in that Maine Tasting
Maine
Center.
Tasting Center.
Yeah, I like tasting.
Mountain Film on Tour returns to Midcoast. Where's that going to be shown? Lincoln Theater, April 11th.
There you go.
Everything's going to be starting the next few weeks. Well, next
Gonna
30
be
days,
busy.
everything starts opening up,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
all the
Yeah,
restaurants.
Booth
and-
Bay will start to come to life.
Yeah,
and
it's fun. The new Thistle Inn already opened.
I heard
under
the
new
food was
management.
great
I
down
heard
there.
it's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
And talk to us about this LA Musicians Now. There's a picture in there of my wife's grandson, Joseph
Oh, Joseph's
Crowley.
in there. I saw Joseph. He came to talk to us at the table yesterday.
Oh,
since
did he?
He works for the Y in the summer, so he came
Yeah,
over.
he does sailing.
He works at our Camp K, at our camps.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But he did sailing there for a couple of years.
Probably.
So he was.
Yeah, so he came to talk to us. He said he was talking with us in Hannaford because we were his employers. So it's always nice to see him.
Cool.
So yeah, so these musicians, they go to New York City, and usually it's either the chorus or the band. But this year, both of them went together, and then they won double gold. I think they were trying to make up for kids who had lost some of these experiences over COVID, so they decided to do it, and the choral director had never been. But that's an amazing accomplishment for the music program at Lincoln Academy.
To get double gold? Yeah. I mean, just
In
to
New
get
York
anything.
City?
Would, yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
awesome, right?
Oh, did they compete with other kids?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
with other
different
schools,
schools,
stuff?
so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lincoln Academy, they're going to have this art exhibition April 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And The Graduate down to Harbor Theater.
There's an
Remember
oldie.
The Graduate.
Yes.
Well, Sally, we've just about done it. I want to thank you for setting in.
Absolutely.
And folks, we got a ton of stuff going on with the Y here in the next 30 days. Yeah. And our gal Sal's going to set in for me while I go get this thing taken care of. Next week, and maybe Bobby and I'll be back together again. I don't know. We're like
luck
the odd
on that.
couple here. So thank you for setting in. It's been such a
Always
pleasure.
fun. Always
and
fun. Thank
TV
you.
Toby's glad to
Yep.
have you.
Aw.
Oh, Toby. Yeah, we're glad to have you. So, folks, Larry Sidelinger, Sal the Gal Farrell from the YMCA. We thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this version of Wuzzup. See you next time. Come on, Tobe.
When Tidewater Telecom built Lincoln County's first fiber-to-the-home network in 2011, we knew we were starting a project that would take years to see through. 9 years later, we are proud to have connected more than 2,000 Lincoln County homes to our blazing fast open fiber network. But that hasn't dimmed our vision to connect all of Lincoln County. Learn more about the power of fiber optic internet at tidewater.net.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.